Today I'm going to be showing you how to save seeds from a tomato so that you could keep them for next year and plant your own tomatoes the next season. Okay, so some key things you're going to need are 2 knives. You want a sharp knife and a butter knife. You need the sharp knife to make the initial cut into the tomato, but you need the butter knife to scoop out all the seeds because a sharp knife can damage some of the seeds. And you're going to need a piece of cardboard like this, a plastic container that seals tightly with a lid, of course, or you could use maybe plastic, but a tight sealing lid works better, and of course a tomato. And one last thing, it's best to have a plate, as in a glass non-absorbent plate. Don't use a paper one. So what you're going to do is put this tomato on the plate like this and take the sharp knife, cut it in half, and that's a really meaty tomato, but we're still going to get some seeds out of it. So now that it's cut open, you can cut a little bit more, but this time you're going to use the butter knife and you're just going to scoop all the seeds out onto the plate. And you don't have to waste this tomato. The rest of it, you can just dice it up and put it in tacos or something, or put it in soup or stew, whatever you like. So with your butter knife, it's better to kind of cut in a U shape like that around the bottom and kind of pull the meat up and start scraping all the seeds out of the little cavities in here. Okay, so we pretty much got all the seeds out of the inner cavity of that. There's not that many. So now you can see the seeds here, and there's lots of gel, kind of like that clear pinkish reddish liquid that's all in and around them. Don't get rid of that gel. You need it really bad because that's going to help you mature your seeds, okay? And now you're going to take all the seeds and all the gel and dump them into that plastic tight sealed container. And if it's only this much, I mean, you might want to seed like 5 or 6 tomatoes all at once, or more than that. Some people seed 50 of them all at once and put them in a big tub or a big bucket or something. So we're just doing this one, so fill it up with a little bit of water, like maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. Okay, that should be good. It's just a really shallow puddle. Then you're going to put the lid on it and seal it up nice and tight. And now you're just going to set that bowl somewhere out of the way where nobody's going to mess with it, and you're going to leave it there for anywhere from 3 days to a week, depending on how long it takes. What's going to happen is it's just going to grow like a moldy, scummy film on top, and you want that because basically seeds can't just grow fresh out of the fruit. Like in the wild, the fruit has to fall off the plant and rot on the ground and get all moldy and gross and disgusting before the seeds will get nice and mature so that they'll be able to be planted and they can grow next season. So basically what you're doing by this is you're kind of faking that whole process, you know? And tomato growers and seed savers call that growing a mother. So like I said, just leave that out of the way for 3 days to a week. And I actually already have some tomato seeds that I saved from last week. Well, actually more like 4 days ago. I'm not really looking forward to this. That really smells awful. But you can see how it basically, oh god, that's really bad. But yeah, it started to grow like scummy, moldy stuff on the top, like I said. And it's very pungent. So what you do now is you hold it over the sink and you dump all of that into one of these really fine screen colanders. You have to use the screen ones because otherwise the tomato seeds are just going to fall right through. I'm going to pour it in there. I know that's really disgusting, but just bear with me here. Now you rinse them off. Okay, so now they're all rinsed off and clean. Now you're going to take all these beautiful, healthy, lovely seeds and you're going to dump them out on the piece of cardboard that I showed you. And the reason I use cardboard is because it's the best thing I've found. So you just dump it out. Make sure you get them all. And now you're going to take that butter knife again, and you're just going to spread them all out really thin as possible. Because the more thinned out they are, the faster they're going to dry, Okay, so I got most of these spread out pretty good. Anyway, you just set this off to the side somewhere, again, where you know nobody's going to be bothering it. Or you could put it in a sunny window if you don't have a cat that's going to be messing with it or something. I don't really think you should set them outside because the birds are going to come along and they're going to think it's like a big feast or something and be like, oh, gee, that was awfully nice of them. So, yeah, don't do that. Dry it out for like a good week or a week and a half. And again, I've already got some seeds that are nice and dry here that I've been saving. So I'm going to show you how to just take them off of here and package them away so you could save them for next season. You just take a piece of paper like this and you fold it in half, and then you fold up the edges on the sides like this. And now you have a nice little envelope that you can store your seeds in. So on one side you want to write down what it is and write down the date. And then you just open it up like this and you scoop all the seeds off the cardboard into the envelope. It's better to get them all gathered into a little neat pile first though. So got it all in a good pile, push it close to the edge. Oops, we'll get those later. And just pour it in. And now the open top of the envelope, you just fold that down. And it'll store away nicely in a drawer somewhere. Okay, so that's how you save your own seeds and you have nice ones to plant for next season.